y'all, it's your girl Susie, and welcome to the first video. Alright, so today is our first Sunday dinner. Sunday dinners are about family and friends and just making everybody feel happy and feel good, you know? Okay, we're gonna be making pot roast, macaroni and cheese, and collard greens. And the first thing we're gonna start with is the pot roast. All right, so we're gonna turn on the eye and we're gonna put it on about medium. You wanna make sure the pan gets really, really hot. We're gonna sear it on both sides before we throw it in the oven. Earlier today, I woke up this morning and seasoned the pot roast with the classic seasonings like garlic powder, onion powder. I used some Worcestershire sauce, if I said that right, who knows. Some parsley, some oregano, a little Lipton French onion packet is what we use for the seasoning. Not a ghetto hack. This has been marinating for maybe 2 hours or so. And I think we are ready. It's pretty huge. And look, do you hear the sear? Let it sit on there for about maybe, I'd say 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And then we can get ready to toss it in the oven. You guys can be in here. It smells amazing. Doesn't it smell amazing, babe?
Oh God. I think I'm getting too excited.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and flip it. Don't get too excited now. We're gonna leave that on the side, on that side. That's like the fatty side back there. The fat's good too. So we're gonna leave it on that side.
The fat what?
The fat's good too. The fat's good.
It's what?
My family loves it. They chew it up and swallow it. So yeah. It's nothing too serious. It's nothing too serious at all. Okay, now we're gonna pour our drippings over it. You need all the seasoning out of there. All right. I'm going to put some beef broth over it. So when we get ready to cook it, I used about half of this. Some little petite carrots from the grocery store that's already prepped and ready. You don't have to do too much work on this part. I'm gonna rinse off some potatoes, just a little small bite-sized potatoes. I'm not gonna worry about drying them off. They're going in broth. And we're just gonna put the potatoes around the beef like this. We're gonna give this a little bit more French onion in there. We like, you know, it just helps it gives it a little bit more flavor. And you just eyeball, and if it don't look seasoned all the way to you, you keep seasoning. That don't mean make something salty. You can always taste it, but we're not gonna over season it. I promise I didn't heavy season it, y'all. We're gonna cover this up with some foil. The oven's already preheated to 325. This takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to fully cook, get it nice and tender. So you know it just falls apart and melts in your mouth. The fat melts all up and just
It does what?
juicy. Melts in your mouth.
Melts in your
Melts in your mouth. I'm gonna set the first timer. I'm gonna say it for about 45 minutes or so. Right, the next part of Sunday dinner that we're gonna get started on, that everybody loves, is a great side dish. It might as well be a main dish sometimes. Is greens. We got our big boy pot here. We're gonna set this eye on again. Put it to about medium, a little under medium. So we have our traditional ham hocks here all rinsed off. We're gonna throw them in the pot. go ahead and put the greens in. So this is another hack. I am going to use bag greens. They're already washed and cut and everything. You don't have to take all that time to do that unless you really, really want to. As long as it's not canned greens, I'm not judging you. And if you use canned greens, all right, I guess I still won't judge you. Maybe not.
No, I'm a judge.
You gonna judge it, baby? Oh, so we're just gonna dump the greens in there. I got 2 bags.
Now here's a real joke. How much you think that's really gonna make?
How much is it really gonna make? This is a bunch of baloney. This is a bunch of fluff. Cause these greens ain't even gonna be that full. This is what we call the magic trick. Watch, you'll see it. We have a can. We're gonna turn our eye down. We had it on medium, but we're gonna turn it down to medium low. Oh man, it's all right. We have a can of chicken broth right here. We're gonna pour it over the greens, and we're going to get ready to season these bad boys. We also have an onion, a raw onion. Just toss it on in there. I just do a half an onion. You can do the whole onion if you like. One of my favorite seasonings to use is accent. I literally use it on everything. We're going to use some smoked paprika. Don't be alarmed. Looks like a lot of seasoning. I swear it's not. We're going to use a little bit of garlic powder. Just a little bit of onion powder. We're going to use pepper, salt. And I just eyeball everything. I can't tell you, I'm not going to even lie, exactly how much of stuff is in here. If I told you, oh, it's about a half a tablespoon of this or that, your food gonna come out nasty. We just do it until it feels right. This is some ground mustard, y'all. We just do it until it feels right or it looks right, because you can't taste it. It's raw right now. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of vinegar. You go ahead, put your vinegar in there now.
And how much vinegar is that?
Oh, this was a cup of vinegar, but all of it's not going in there. I can say I probably would just put like a 1/4 cup of vinegar or so in there for the vinegar at least. I can give you that much. Go ahead and sprinkle this with a little bit of sugar. You want to cut the vinegar taste a little bit. So we're just going to do our sugar like such. And yeah, we know it's all sitting on the top of it. It's okay. We're going to mix it down. That's what we're going to do right there. Greens take about, I'd say these take about an hour or so as well. And so we're going to let those cook down a little bit. Then we're going to come back and season those some more. The ham hocks have to cook down in there. The seasoning and the vinegar. It's all going to be really good once the finished product is done. So we've covered up those greens. They're cooking down in there again. Once they cook down, we're going to lift that lid, stir them up a little bit, add a little bit more seasoning to it. And now it's time for the favorite, the world's favorite. I know it's the world's favorite. Everybody loves it. Macaroni and cheese. So for the macaroni and cheese, you want to get started with your cheese sauce. We call it milk, butter, and cheese. But your cheese sauce, you know.
Milk, butter, and cheese.
We're going to start with some margarine. Margarine is fine too as well. Don't be alarmed. We're going to take maybe about 2.5. I don't know. We like butter. We like butter. Tablespoons of some margarine. 1, 2, and just a little bit more right there. We're going to take some milk. I like whole milk. You can use whatever milk you prefer. We're going to go ahead and we're going to say this might be about 3 cups of milk. We're going to let that simmer for a little bit. Let the butter melt. We're going to stir it before we walk back over here. But we're going to let that butter melt down, start melting down right there. While that's melting down, we're going to come over here and we're going to get our cheese cut up some more. We already started cutting. So right here, this is, I believe, this one is either medium cheddar or mild cheddar. And then the one in the middle is Colby Jack, and that one is either mild cheddar or medium cheddar. I have both of cheddars. I have both kinds of cheddars. All right, so story time, okay? About macaroni and cheese. I used to hate cutting up the cheese when I was younger. It was like my duty in the kitchen when my mom would cook. And it all started because, of course, I'm looking at mommy cooking. I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. So, mommy, can I cut up the cheese? About 8 years old. After that, by the time I become a teenager, she thought it was mandatory that I came and cut up the cheese. Like I was crazy if I forgot to come cut up the cheese or something. Like I would be in trouble if I didn't come cut up the damn cheese. So yeah, cutting up the cheese has always been the worst part to me.
Yeah, you're pretty good at cutting cheese.
Oh, I've had plenty of practice, you know? Oh. Over my head? Are you trying to crack jokes on me?
Yeah. Your cheese cutter.
Oh, you're talking about my booty and stuff now. Okay.
I mean,
My-
it's already starting to smell like that already, but that just might be the dream.
Oh, you got jokes. My dad would always come and steal the cheese when we would be cutting it too.
He's a professional cheese cutter also.
Keep the milk and butter low. We don't want it to burn up, okay? Once that melts up, we're gonna add some cheese. We're not gonna add all that cheese. We're gonna do about half. Then we're gonna pour the rest of it into the dish once we get ready to put it in the oven and bake it all up. I also have some shredded cheese. Right here, this is mild shredded cheese. I'm gonna get ready to also put that inside of there. And we're just gonna have a cheesy situation going on here.
Situation. That sounds like something I need to be a part of.
All right, y'all, so the butter has melted down in the pot. You see it's bubbling up just a tad. So we're gonna take that down to low. Now, what we've all been waiting for, the best part of the macaroni and cheese, y'all. We're gonna just add some pieces at a time. Just a few. Oh, be careful, don't let it splash on you. We're just gonna drop it in there like that. We're gonna stir a little bit. Get the melting going, get the melting up. We're gonna stir that in there.
Stir it up, honey.
We already have our pot back here. We're gonna put some water in there and a little bit of salt and put the elbow noodles in there. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper to my milk, butter, and cheese. Or you can go ahead and call it cheese sauce, I guess, if you want. Just adding cheese. We're gonna go whoop.
Child. Don't that make your heart race and your blood pressure go up a little bit?
You know, this not a dinner you want to make all the time. This not something you gonna make every Sunday, because you know we gotta be careful. We blade. We blade. Okay. Heart disease, clogged arteries. No, we don't have time for that. So we gotta be careful. You know, this is special occasion, or you just want to make them feel real good. Be like, we ain't ate that in a long time. So let me make you. Let me make this.
That's the criteria. This recipe does not work unless you say we ain't ate that no more.
But we're gonna put some pepper in there. Gonna put a little salt. We gonna put some water in our pot so we can get the water boiling for the noodles. And then we're gonna go back and check on those greens over there and see how they're doing, so we can get them seasoned up again and stuff. Gonna sit that back there like that. We're gonna fire up that eye and we're gonna take it down to about medium. Let's move over to these greens, y'all. They smell good already. Y'all see how they cooking down already? And they ain't even been on that long. But they cooking down already. All right, we're gonna season them up again. We're gonna start from the top again, all right? We're not gonna put no salt in there right now. We don't want the food to come out salty. We're gonna add salt at the very end after we give us our taste test. to make sure we need some. Because if we don't need none, we don't need to add none, right? But what we want is flavor.
You said what?
Flavor.
One more time. I don't think I heard you.
Flavor.
Oh boy.
All right, we done stirred those up enough. We gonna let those sit there and cook down now. We gonna let them just cook on down. You ain't gotta keep stirring the pot. You ain't gotta keep. They covered again. Boom. The water for the pasta is boiling. We got our milk, butter, and cheese right there, getting all thick on us right there. I'm about to get ready to turn that off in a second and just let it sit there for a while. The water's boiling back there on the back eye. We gonna dump some noodles in. We got about 6 minutes until we pull that roast out and we baste it. And we're gonna throw it back in the oven for another 45 minutes. And then we're gonna pull it out again and baste it. And then we're gonna throw it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And we should be good to go. Okay? All right, so we just stirring up these noodles for the macaroni. The timer actually just went off for the pot roast. So we're about to take that bad boy out and baste it. We're gonna see what it's cooking up like. And then we're gonna wrap it back up again, stick it back in that oven for another 45 minutes, okay? Pull that out. We got our other oven mitt set up over there. You don't wanna sit this on your counter like this. It's way too hot. Y'all ready for the first review? Are y'all ready? Y'all ready? Ooh, 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 that smells so good. It's not even done yet. Okay, look. We gonna go in there like that. Ooh. We gonna go like that.
Ooh, child.
We're gonna do it again.
Are you sure this family approved?
You think it's too sexy? It's too sexy. It's too sexy.
Pleasing me far too much for a Sunday.
Once this timer on the oven goes off again, you gonna baste that roast one more time. All right, one more time, and then it's gonna be time to put the macaroni together. And dinner is almost done. Are y'all about ready to eat? I'm ready to eat too.
Yes, you is.
Ready to eat, okay? All right, so we just finished basting that pot roast. We just took the noodles off the eye, strained them and everything. And now we're about to get that macaroni and cheese ready to put in the oven. And then we're gonna check on those greens one more time, all right? We're gonna take our macaroni noodles, shake them up a little bit. See how hot and steamy they are? I'm gonna dump those in there like so. We go ahead and get this cheese tossed up in there. That's the cheese we cut up earlier. Remember, we didn't put it all in the cheese sauce. We got our sour cream right here. We about to dump in. Just gonna take our spoon. And we're gonna stir it up. I use this whole thing. We're gonna take an egg. We got some large eggs. You can use 2 to 3 eggs. I might only use 2 because this dish isn't that big. We're just gonna crack it. Dump it on in there. If you got an egg allergy, you do not have to use eggs. I like to use eggs because I feel like it makes it a little more casserole-like. It makes it a little bit fluffier to me. But I honestly believe eggs, it's just a preference. You don't have to use eggs. If you have an egg allergy, you can literally just make this without the eggs. The same exact recipe without the eggs, okay? We're gonna be quite generous with this cheese. The rest that we don't use is going on the top for the crust. We did not overcook the noodles. We cooked them a little bit underdone because you have to put it in the oven and bake all up, and they are going to cook through that way. You don't want your noodles to be smushy when you put them in your dish to bake it up. I was about to make an inappropriate joke, but it's okay.
You said macaroni and a hot.
Oh, but y'all hear it. We're gonna take our cheese sauce over there. Let's stir that up just a little bit before we Dump it all in there. Boom. Ooh, that thicken up real good, y'all. All right. Set our spoon in there.
Just pour it in there. Just pour it in there.
We gotta season this too, y'all. We ain't just about to throw this in the oven, okay? I ain't saying just no salt. I mean some seasoning. Put your little bit of Lowry's in there. That means seasoning salt, y'all. And put you a little bit of some smoked paprika on top. Make that thing good. I ain't gonna lie, this is a little thick. It's making my arm hurt. You need some mustard to make macaroni and cheese. You're gonna grab a little bit of accent, sprinkle that on top. Be careful. It's a little light. We're gonna grab a little pepper. We put pepper in the cheese sauce, but we're gonna go ahead and throw some in there. All right. I told you about that Lowry's. We're gonna get some Lowry's. Not a lot, not a lot. Just a little sprinkle. Boom. Like that. All right. We got that smoked paprika. Okay. We're going to put a little smoked paprika on the inside, and we also going to sprinkle a little bit on top, just a little bit. Boom. And no, it ain't going to make it spicy, okay? Just trust me and just do it and watch how you're going to be like, oh, that's good. So we got that mixed up real good right there. Before we throw it in the oven, we're going to top it off with some shredded cheese to make that crust. This takes about an hour to bake. Y'all see how thick it is? It's gonna take a little minute to bake that up, okay? See the rest of that cheese we got there? Be liberal. It's macaroni and cheese. I can't stand no macaroni and cheese that got a little bit of cheese in it now.
We don't do conservative mac and cheese. That's not what we do here.
I told y'all, okay? We only eat this once in a blue moon, all right? We want to make sure we get that cheese up on there. Every corner.
It's like a lawn of cheese.
Every corner.
It's a little lawn there. See that?
And macaroni and cheese ain't no such thing as too much cheese. We grab that smoked paprika again, right? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Okay? Ooh. We're going to cover that bad boy up. You're going to want that cheese to get nice and crispy and crunchy. I promise. That crust going to be off the chain. Off the... Who say that still? Ah!
Okay, boomer.
All right. The macaroni is in the oven. The timer just went off for that pot roast that lasts 45 seconds. Y'all ready to look at it again? We gonna baste it, and we're gonna put the meat thermometer in it to see what temperature is at right now. Woo! The steam, it's steaming. It's hot. There we go. All right. Let's grab that baster real quick. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to sit this right in the center. Like so. Push it down in there and let it do its thing. So medium well on here will be about 160. We are almost to 140. All right. So we got about 20 more degrees to go or so. You're gonna put it in there for about, what'd you say, 30, 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh.
We about to get ready to show y'all a magic trick, okay? So again, not a full 45 minutes this time because we want it medium well. And that's about 160. We saw we were about at 130-ish or something like that, right? So we got about 30 more degrees or so. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to get just a little bit under 160, just a tad, because I don't want it overdone. At least not for me, in my preference. We about to check on those greens again. Y'all saw all them greens in there the first
They
time.
was to the top.
Now
Now
look.
they at the bottom.
Now look at it.
But they smell amazing, y'all.
When you're mixing, you should see your broth at the bottom. That should have not cooked out. You should be at your, they cook down so much, I can see the ham hocks now.
Look, boom, they're right there. They're right there. Right there.
In a minute, we're going to see how soft those ham hocks are. And that's going to tell me if my greens are at a good tenderness as well. And I'm going to taste these greens, see if they need any more seasoning. Again, my taste, my liking, my family's liking. I know what they like. We're going to put a little extra seasoning in there until we like the taste. And then we're all done. We're all done. We're just waiting for that macaroni to come out. And I can't wait to show you what that looks like. I know it's gonna be good. I just know it's gonna be good. It's roast time again, and it should be done. I'm pretty confident that it's done. Again, we're just gonna put the thermometer in there and check the temperature. All right. Remember, be careful. Don't be like me and let the steam burn you. All right. All right. All right. Y'all ready to stick that thermometer back in there? See if it's done for real?
Slide it in.
This is the true test. We're going to stick it right there in the middle.
Yeah, right there.
Boom. Y'all. That's perfect. Y'all. It's perfect. It ain't going nowhere. What I told you. What I told you. You're just going to baste that again and cover it up. We're going to cover it up until it's dinner time. Boom. All right, so we're gonna check on that macaroni. Since the pot roast is out now, we can go ahead and turn our oven up just a little bit so the macaroni can get cooking real good. We're gonna pull that macaroni out. Boom. You ready?
Yes.
You ready?
And tempt me, baby. Ooh.
Y'all ready? Ooh. 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 Look it. Ooh. 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 All right, girl. All right. So we're going to turn that oven up just a little bit to 350 completely. Gonna grab our macaroni. We can leave the foil off this time. It's good and melted. Good and melted. We're gonna leave that in there for another 30 minutes or so. It's been in there for a little bit now. So we're gonna set our timer. And let's check on these greens one more time.
Ooh, set steam on. Brewing down now. Look like taste testing time.
Taste testing time. No, I ain't ready for that yet. Yeah. But we ain't ready for that yet. We about there. I'll even be nice. Look how nice I'm about to be to you. Let you get a little sample. Tell me if we need some more seasoning. And I'm gonna let you get.
Ooh, hold on. We gotta blow it on. Blow on. Yeah, blow up from it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go.
Start third round seasoning.
Need some more? Need a little bit more? Just a little bit more? All right. I trust you.
We coming together.
See, greens take a little patience, all right? Baby said a little bit more seasoning, so we're gonna add what you would call a pinch of everything, but I'm gonna sprinkle it. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Ooh. Y'all, they almost done. They still smelling good. All right. So, that's the greens and the macaroni. Once that macaroni come out that oven for the last time, you're gonna see a nice, crispy, crusty cheese. I'm gonna even crack it open for you. And these greens right here, these bad boys should be good to go. And then it's eating time. All right, so the macaroni, the timer for the macaroni just went off. And we are ready to pull it out of the oven. You ready? Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Right. Y'all see it just sizzling? Look at the bubble right there. You see that bubbling? You see it. You see it. I know you want some. I know you want some. But we gonna let that cool real quick.
Let's just give a little appreciation to this macaroni.
Oh, baby said she ain't done. She ain't done. Y'all see them y'all see all that bubbling right there? As that cool off, we're still waiting for our good old greens over here to get done. You saw the last thing we did was add a little bit more seasoning after the taste test. And that should be done in about, I don't know, hopefully the next 20 minutes or so. So we've taken the macaroni out, we've taken the roast out. The last thing we had were the greens. I told you about 15, 20 more minutes on those, and the timer just went off for that. So we're gonna open this pot. It is steamy, so be careful. Look at the steam. Look at this. The meat has fallen apart in here. Look, the ham hock is all apart. The onions broke down. Look at that ham hock bone. Look at that bone. Look. Just look at that. Just the meat fall off the bone. Look. With a spoon, y'all. Look.
With a spoon, y'all.
Look. We'll do one more taste test. I'll let Babe be the taster, of course. Grab a fork. I'm gonna give her a nice heaping. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2. Let me blow.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God. Just you doing that, it's like, I
All
can
right.
sell that.
Shut up. They good?
Yes.
Good.
Ready to eat.
Oh, I promise. Taste of the macaroni and cheese too. I promise I'll let y'all see us crack it open. You ready?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You ready to try it, babe?
Yeah, boy. Shove it in me. Oh! Pick it back up.
All right. So I just had a little taste test too, y'all. That macaroni so good. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching our first Sunday dinner video, our first video. It's been fun. We got the pot roast going with the baby carrots and the baby potatoes. We got the collard greens going, and we got that mac and cheese going. You saw that crack, you saw the sizzle, you saw the bubble, you saw it all. For more details in every single ingredient that I use today, in recipes and step-by-step instructions on how to make all of this delicious food for your family, just click that link right below in the comment section to the blog. It'll be posted too. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and subscribe. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.